Hello everyone. Thank you again for joining our webinar from CATIA V5 to 3D Experience CATIA, a new era in engineering education. So in today's webinar, we will be two presenters. Myself, Amaury Chevalier-Chantepie. I am working in the 3D Experience EDU team of Dassault Systèmes as a sales expert. And Thierry Carnero, who is also here, who is our industry process expert, expert in all the education transformation topics. Let's have a first look at our agenda for today. So we will first address and share with you a bit of the latest industry trends in terms of designs and of announcement of Dassault Systèmes. Then we will talk about the transition from CATIA V5 to the 3D Experience platform, how it applies in terms of it upgrades in terms of new functionalities, how it opens new possibilities for you. And then we will explain you and show you how we can help you and accompany you to integrate this transformation into your own classroom. Finally, we will bring you all the relevant information to start your journey yourself, and then we will have a session of question and answer. So feel free to put your question in the chat during the whole presentation, and we'll take some time, 10 minutes, to answer them at the end of the presentation. So I think we can start. So let's start with a few words about where the industry is going in terms of design and of use of the CATIA software specifically. For the ones who don't already know Dassault Systèmes much, let's have first just a short introduction about the company. You probably all know CATIA V5 if you are here, but you don't necessarily know Dassault Systèmes. So Dassault Systèmes is not only a CAD software company. In fact, it is a scientific company that is dedicated to accelerate sustainable innovation thanks to virtual twins. So we provide software solution for every step of the product engineering and lifecycle management. And this is maybe something that you are not aware about, but we do not focus only on the manufacturing sector, but also on infrastructures and cities. And we also provide solutions for the life science sector. So those are our three core sectors, and this covers 12 different industries that you see in the middle of the screen. And in each of those industries, we work and we collaborate with industry leaders to help them transform their activities and develop new ways of working, new ways of developing their activities. In terms of history of Dassault Systèmes, I want to share a few words. Maybe some of you have seen those announcements shared by Dassault Systèmes at the beginning of the year on how we are starting a new era based on two key factors: generative experiences and 3D universes. First, let's have a few words about generative experiences. So what you see here is a graph that you have maybe already seen that represents the key milestone of Dassault Systèmes history. You have, of course, started with the first 3D design parts, but then also the first digital mockup, and of course, the first product lifecycle management system, digital, and the first virtual twin. So those are key milestones of the history of Dassault Systèmes in which we have been involving and building a legacy with our customers. This legacy over more than 40 years represents a ton of data. And this data is, we really believe that now, thanks to the development of AI, we have the possibility to help our customers leverage all this data, all those assets created over the year, and integrated thanks to AI, into generative experiences to help them really change completely the way they are working and integrate in their processes generative assembly, generative mode sims, even generative organ. So this is really a new step for the industry because thanks to our software and thanks to these legacies that have been created over the year by our customers, we will be able to work and create really integrate artificial intelligence in every step on their product development phase. This is a major change, and this also adapts to CATIA. Here, I think if you have joined this webinar, is that most of you are historical CATIA v5 users. You know CATIA as a CAD software tool that was already game-changing at the time, but now we have, I think, brought CATIA to a new world, a new step. The focus of CATIA and its target is to shape the world we live in. But now, to shape this world, we need to compose with complex systems. CATIA is not an advanced 3D design tool anymore. It is a complex tool that embeds system modeling, simulation, multi-domain engineering. And so we don't talk about 3D geometry or system architecture only. And this is what we call the 3D universes. 3D universes, they are the collaborative environments that are allowing you to imagine and design the next generation of products. They are based on key ingredients that we will talk later during the webinar, but that we can already cite now. It's a combination of modeling and simulation. This is a key new asset that we call ModSim in our vocabulary. It's combining this content with real-life data, so needing a lot of data science with this, and also, of course, a collaboration platform needing to involve the whole team on the same project. A lot of our customers have already performed these transitions, being historical CATIA v5 users and moving to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. You see here just logos of customers in the transformation and mobility industry, but it also applies, of course, to all the other industries. And this is a transition that is really accelerating lately, faster and faster. As you have seen from the beginning of the year, we have been sharing the communication and joint communication with actors like BMW, Volvo, Volkswagen that are transitioning to the 3DEXPERIENCE. So it's really a trend, a very strong trend that is moving and accelerating year after year. And this creates a huge need in terms of skills for those actors. And this is, of course, the purpose of the 3DEXPERIENCE EDU team, or the team that who we are today here. Just a number that can be a bit frightening is to say that by 2030, 85 million of jobs could go unfilled because of course, first the demographic trend, but also the lack of digital skills and digital upskilling. So this is, of course, what we want to help you and what we need to work together on as Dassault Systèmes and you professors. It's how to bridge this skill gap. To success in this transformation, we have been working on 3 skills referentials that you see here on the screen on the left with the support of the World Economic Forum. That's one per sector, so one skill referential for the manufacturing industries, one for infrastructure, and one for the life science industries. And in this skill referential, you see both historical, what we call foundational skills, and also pivotal skills that are the new skills needed for the jobs of today, tomorrow, and the years to come. Typically, an example, we don't want to talk about just design as a skill alone. We want to combine modeling and design, so we talk about ModSim. We really believe that every engineer that was previously also trained on design needs now to add the sustainability component to their training. So we will train the sustainable design skill or life cycle assessment content. So those are typical examples of how we can integrate those new skills in your learning. And this goes via also new ways of teaching. We believe that we have to break those siloed ways of training to integrate project-based learning. And to integrate project-based learning, we have one platform, the 3DEXPERIENCE platform that you probably know about, and that we'll present with more detail now. So the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is typically the best tool to process this transformation. And we will show you now how we can easily and seamlessly transition from CATIA v5 to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. And to explain and to give you more detail, Thierry is here, the best speaker, so I leave him the floor.
Thank you, Amaury. Hello, everyone. So I'm Thierry Carnero, and so now that Amaury introduced us to Dassault Systèmes, to the industry trends, and that we have seen that students need new skills for their future employment, I'll be focusing more in detail on what the 3D Experience platform offers you in addition to what you are using CATIA V5 today, and how to transition to it. And you will see, I'm probably sure that a lot of you are expert in CATIA V5, that the 3D Experience platform looks pretty familiar. And to show you that, I will illustrate this with two very simple examples. As you can see on the left of the screen, we have the CATIA V5 interface on the top left that I'm pretty sure you are using every day, which allows you to access to all the application. And here we have an example with the mechanical design where you can access, for example, the part design application, assembly design. So all of that that you already know. And you can see we have a screenshot just next to it on the 3D experience is pretty similar, that you can access the same application that you are using today. We can see the part design also application, assembly design that are accessible on the top left. So the 3D Experience platform is a tool that has an interface that you will be able quickly to reuse when transitioning to the platform. Another example that you can see on the right of the screen is about the methodology. I'm also sure that you have done a lot of modeling with V5, and here we have two examples of the same parts that is being designed on CATIA V5 and on the 3D Experience platform. And as you can see, all the methodology, the different commands are pretty similar, almost the same. Okay, so in terms of expertise, you can be sure that what you have learned until today will be easily possible to perform the same on our platform. Something that is also really important is about the import on the 3D Experience platform. We have a seamless import from all your different CATIA V5 models and also other models like STL files, if you have even SOLIDWORKS files. So everything is embedded in the platform, and you can very quickly, in 2 clicks, import all the contents from V5 to the platform. So here it was really to show you that all the work that you have been able to do today with your students to perform your classes, you will be able to reuse them and not have to relearn from scratch all what you have been doing until today. But now you will be wondering, okay, that's nice, but what does the platform brings more? Okay, and so here we have an example of other additional tools that the platform will be able to provide you in order not only to perform technical content such as modeling, but also to manage all your different activities. What we really want to do and what we want you to do is to leverage all your activities, not only to give courses on V5, but completely to manage all your different activities, perform project-based learning, and the platform is the tool to be used in order to do that. And here we have an example of few capabilities that will be provided when you will be doing this transition with data sharing. So we have everything on the 3D experience, which is on cloud. So all the files that you will be storing will be securely stored, and you will be able to share them with all your students or group of students in order to manage your different activities. You will have access to collaboration tools. So we have a social media application where you'll be able to exchange. Your students will be able to ask questions, to brainstorm. We have ideas. They can ask ideas and answer them. So it's also a tool to ensure that you are not only focusing on the data, but there is a total environment that you can reuse for your project. The students will be also able to create a project planning task that they can link to the data on the platform. You have, of course, the content authoring, which is what you have been doing on V5, plus additional application that we will see just after. And with all of that, as it is centralized on the platform, you will be able, as an educator, if you perform a project, to monitor all the different activities by collecting all the information directly on the platform. Okay, and we will see an example of how to handle a project just after, so you can see the strength of the platform and how you can leverage your activity, your teaching activity today. So I was talking about new application. So of course, with the 3D Experience platform, you will have access to plenty of new applications that are used today in the industry. So here we have listed 4 examples, but there are many more. You have generative design. Generative design allows you from the part that you have modeled with CATIA to perform trade-off study, to perform structural simulation, topological optimization in order to compare and assess different configuration and select the right product to be manufactured. You have also an example here with visual scripting. So visual scripting is a very powerful tool if you want to create and generate highly complex, adaptive, and intelligent design, because we have included in CATIA parametric modeling technology. So you'll be able to create, and with your students, alternative designs, stealing patterns, and so on. You will have access also to virtual reality tools. So you will be able, from your design directly on the 3D CATIA, to switch to the VR. So if you have a headset that is connected to the platform, in one click, you can switch between the modeling to the navigation on VR. And we have other solutions such as tolerancing. So you will be able to do 2D or 3D tolerancing, but also we have tools like generative tolerancing, where you will be able to generate automatically, and we can see on the video, directly the tolerance based on the mechanical junction, the functional surface inputs you have set on your part. And so all of these tools are included in the 3D Experience CATIA, and you will be able to reuse it and to adapt what you are doing today on V5 with these new tools. And of course, you will be able, and this is also one of the strengths of the platform, to be and to go a lot further. We have seen that with the modeling, we are covering a lot of processes, but we are also covering other other domains that you will be able to explore if you want to expand with other colleagues, with your peers, if you want to break the silos in order to create multidisciplinary projects. And we have also here some example. So if you want to extend what you are doing today with 3D Experience CATIA, you can perform system engineering for requirements, traceability, MBSE, and so on. You have what Amaury said, unified modeling and simulation that we call ModSim. If you want for your product that you have modeled to perform structural, fluid, or thermal simulation, we have tools around sustainability that we call eco-design. So with the eco-design role, you will be able to do life cycle assessment, LCA, which allow you to take into consideration the environmental impact of creating the part, producing the part in order to create a product that is eco-friendly. You will have tools also around manufacturing. And here also, I'm sure that as a V5 user, you have already performed some machining. So with the virtual manufacturing, we are also providing all these processes with advanced manufacturing like machining, additive manufacturing, robotics, process engineering, ergonomics. So all the different disciplines that will allow you to create the virtual twin of your factory based on the model that you have performed on CATIA. And final example, you have collaborative construction. If this is a domain that is interesting for you, where you will be also to do able to do building information modeling, BIM. We have also solution on lab sciences. So the 3D platform is really the catalyst and centralizes all the different applications that we are doing, and that you will be able to switch from one to another seamlessly on the same database on the cloud. And so this is a conclusion, one sentence conclusion on what we have seen. So the transition from what you are using today with CATIA V5 is really seamless. You will find an interface that is really similar, and you will be able to leverage the platform to perform project-based learning. Okay, this will provide you also access to new functionalities with generative design, with the VR, with visual scripting, and you will be able to open or explore new disciplines. Okay, so now you will be wondering that's super, there is a lot of application possible, but how, as an educator, I am able to reuse all this industry software, all this industry content for my classes. And so in the team, in Dassault Systèmes, we are working specially and with other educators in order to help you use our software for all your different activities. So today with CATIA V5, and I'm pretty sure you are already running your classes, but what we are trying to take into consideration is all your constraints you have as educator. And we know that you have a lot of different constraints that are different from the industry. And our objective is really to help you by giving you solutions to perform all your daily activities and to focus on what is really important for you, teach. Okay. And for that, we have here, you can see an example of maybe what you are doing all the semesters that you need to, of course, do some class scheduling, students cohorts. You need to prepare new courses for the students that are coming into your class. You need to run classes, to run exams. You have to grade your students, create projects, and so on, data deletion, data archive, and you have to repeat all of this all the semester. And the platform is a solution that you can use in order to perform all of these activities. And to show you a real example, I will be showing you a live demo on the platform. So here I am on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform with the compass that allows me to go into different applications. And we have taken an example of a project. So I am an educator, and here in the story, we have Mike, who is a mechanical engineering educator, and he wants to perform a project-based learning with his students. So what he has done is that in the tool, he have put all the different medias and all the different information that will allow the students to perform the project, and that allow Mike, the educator, to follow all the projects from project statements to the assessment of the students. So to give you the example here, when we start a project, when you start a project with your students, you always start with the project statement. So here you can see an example of Mike, who is sharing data, 3D data with his students. So they will be able to recover it from the database. And he is also able to share any type of media, the objective of the project. Here we can see it's a generative design project. So the teacher is asking the students to create the part design, to configure the model, to perform topological optimization, and so on. And he wants, at the end, to recover a presentation and the 3D. One of the key value here is that at any time, the educator, if you need to perform a modification on the platform, as it is on cloud, all the students will have the updates automatically. So there will not be, won't have to wait for tomorrow to have the other class. If you have a second class on the same project, everything will be updated on the platform. The next step in the project is the bibliography for the students. The students need to learn what are the industry trends, what will be the methodology that exists today that they can reuse for their project. And with the platform, and here we can see with Mike, he is providing to his students some feed readers and some channels where they can perform this type of research to see, okay, on generative design, what is happening today in the industry, and how can I reuse all of this content into my project. We have also here results about structural simulation. And after that, once the students have learned about the industry trends, they will be able to learn. So here, Mike is also sharing all his lectures. Here we have an example of Mike, who is showing what is generative design, so the lecture that he is giving in the class, so the students are able to recover it. He's also sharing a lot of different medias, YouTube videos, Wikipedias. The platform can embed any type of medias. And he is also sharing learning content that we are creating in the team for you educators, so the students can start using the platform and perform their project. With here, as we are on the generative design project, we have created a module on future of engineering for generative design. We also provide tools for collaboration, as I said just before, where the students can ask questions, where students can put ideas on here virtual reality on the platform. And one of the strengths here is that you as an educator, you will be able to answer to all the students' questions directly from your mobile phone. Okay, so all what you see right here is web-based. So if you have a tablet, if you have a smartphone, if you are at home, you will be able to answer to any student's question. And you will be also in measure to track all what they are doing in order to better understand, because it's something really important in the project to understand why the students have taken these choices, and not only having the brainstorm at the beginning of the class, at the beginning of the year, and then not knowing, okay, what is the strategy? With these tools, we will be able to have a follow-up of all what's happening. We have, as just said, tools also for project planning, where the students can create their task, and you as educator, you can follow and monitor all the different activities where they are in the development, and you will be able to assess their project with media that they can also import. You, of course, you can also open the data directly on the platform as it is on cloud, so you can see directly and not having the need to have USB key to ask for the student to the USB key. Here, directly, you can type the name of the students or the name of the part, and directly you will find in the search the product, the deliverable of them. Okay, so this is an example of a project that is handled. There are plenty other possibilities, more simple, more complex, but just to show you how it is easy to monitor and to manage all your activity with your students. So I will come back now to the presentation. And now I would like to show you, we would like to show you another example with a testimony, this time with an educator who has been using V5 and now who is using the platform to see how he has done this transition and what is the added value that he found he is using now with the platform. So it is the Professor Hugh from the Zurich University of Applied Science. So I will let now the video go ahead.
My name is Peter Fug. I work about since over 30 years with CATIA. First years in the consulting area in the whole Europe, and since 18 years at the university. And in the consulting area, I worked a little bit more in the production area, and now I changed more in the product development area, including industrial design. And our focus points is in the digital product development, is in extended reality stuff, for example, also complex surfacing, and also in the digital twin. This was in 2016, also 9 years ago. And why? We see that there are more functionality, a better user interface, the possibility of the platform with included PLM system. These advantages we liked to have also in our education at the university. Yeah. Also, we like a lot the integrated PLM functionalities. I mean, especially real-time collaboration. We train this also with our students, and also the safety of the data into a database. Also, no more files with USB stick. Everything on the cloud. And advanced search capabilities in the platform. Even also one good user interface. It's very important at our university that the student don't must learn 10 different softwares. So this is also one reason why we use 3DEXPERIENCE. You have one user interface and not 10 for simulation or engineering or whatever, or Delmia, I mean, for manufacturing. And we like to have it one software for all digital disciplines, nearly all, yeah. Every time when you change from one system to the other, you have a little bit to learn, to search where is the same functionality. But it was easy for us, yes, not complicated, yes. You must be open for a new interface, or especially if the platform storing of data is another way in a cloud than file based. This is one of the big differences, but this has nothing to do with the generally functionality. This is also with other systems, with the ERP systems. When you change from file-based to cloud-based, this is a difference, and there are restrictions and advantages, and you must learn this. But it's easy to learn, and the advantages are more. Yeah. I think CAD 2D is not enough. We live in a 3D area, and we have to use these 3D tools. My dream is to have a more or less perfect 3D prototype, digital prototype, and to make everything with this prototype. I mean, all simulation, all testing, also manufacturing some parts, also the industrial design. Before I go with this digital twin or this digital prototype into the reality. Yes, this saves money, this saves time. This is this is very important to have short development loops. Yes, it's very important today. You will see in a film the importance of digital twin, what we like to teach our students.
Multi-axis systems are crucial for milling and turning machines and for empowering production systems and assembly lines through automation.
We at the IBP developed a digital twin framework with a multi-axis system using a vendor-neutral approach for research, engineering and education. The digital twin framework has three components. There is the physical product called real twin and its virtual representation called digital twin. The third element is the bidirectional communication that enables the interaction.
Let's see the digital twin in action. In the first mode, the digital twin follows directly all movements from the real twin. In the second mode, the digital twin is the master. The movements are simulated and subsequently executed by the real twin. The digital twin is capable of tracking manual interaction with the real twin. Possible applications are basically infinite.
To summarize, at the Zurich University of Applied Sciences, we developed the digital twin framework enabling real-time bidirectional communication. The whole setup is vendor neutral and achieves an outstanding performance.
This was one of our latest projects and very successful. So we win the worldwide digital twin contest in Taiwan, I think, last year. Yes, with this project, and this was a success. And this is also what I told This is an important development method to work with digital twins, and this is our showcase for the students. Yeah.
Okay, so we have been able to see this great video from Professor Hugh, and as you can see, he was a user of V5. He performed the transition in 2016, so almost 10 years now, and you have seen that he has been able to leverage the platform with system engineering, with machining, with other educators. So this is really a proof that you will be able to reuse our solution and to go further than with CATIA V5. And so now you will be wondering, and I've already seen some question in the chat on that's very good, but how can I learn? How can I start using the 3DEXPERIENCE platform? So we'll show with Amaury what we are creating for you regarding how can I start. And we have been building in the team what we call education experience, which is a set of the application that you are using, that you will be using on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, but also learning experiences. So in the team, we are creating ready-to-use datasets with e-learnings and learning modules that will allow you to learn from scratch how to start using the platform. You will be also having access to a community where all the educators around the world are, and in collaboration with us, where you will be able to collaborate with them, share best practices, and we will be also able to support you in your daily activities. And we will also provide you certification, because as we have seen at the beginning of the presentation, your students needs to boost their employability. And for that, we are creating certification that will allow them to have digital badges that they will be able to post on social media, such as LinkedIn. We are doing that for a lot of different domains. The one that interests us today is teaching the future of engineering with CATIA. But if you want to, and if you have other colleagues interested about simulation, manufacturing, system engineering, we have also all the content for that. And here, as you can see, we have an example of the education experience for the transition from V5 to CATIA, and what we have to distance CATIA. And what we have done is that on the middle of the screen, you can see we have an industry dataset. We have taken a car, an electronic car, and we are building all the training, all the e-learnings that will allow you to learn with this dataset how to use the platform and perform different disciplines. As you can see on the left, you will be able to perform your first steps. So how can I launch the platform? How can I create my first design? You will be able to learn how I create my first kinematic, how I perform generative design, how I perform NC machining once my design has been is completed. So all of this content is already available, and you will be able to access it. And this is the video that I will run now. And I encourage you to scan the QR code that is on the right, or to type on internet to go to 3ds.com CWT, because here these links will leave you to the web page that is EDU Space, which is our platform for learning. And this content is for free. Okay, so you can already access it. Even if you don't have the platform, you only need to create an account on Dassault Systèmes environment, and then you will be able to consume the content. Okay, so here we have an example of a learning path, which is several learning modules, and you will be able, for Future of Engineering, to learn about the first steps, to learn about how to create kinematics, and here generative design to keep the continuity in the presentation. And you will have in all of these e-learnings all the definitions on how to use the platform, but also on the challenge in the industry, the challenge that you are facing in the education. So all of this information will be provided to you with ready-to-use datasets. So once you will have the platform on your side, you will be able to download the data on the e-learning and import it on your platform and redo the content, or even to adapt it. We are a scenario here with Dan 2.0. He's a CAT educator. He wants to perform generative design. And here we see a video of what will be done in this module. So we have the e-car. So as you can see, the e-car is already in the platform, and the students and the educator will be able to work on a precise part to create the design, perform structural simulation, do topological optimization. Okay, so and all of this you will be able to learn from scratch. Okay, this is really important. You will be able to, it's not something that you will need to learn by yourself. And to conclude, if you need more information about generative design or on CATIA 3D experience and what we are doing with the education experience, you have the link right here. It will push you to the 3ds.com website, and here you will have all the information if you want to learn more about what we are doing and how to have access to the platform. So now I will leave the floor to Amaury, as I'm sure you are now eager to see more about the platform. So Amaury will be able to tell us more details about the offer.
Thank you, Thierry. Let me share my screen. Oh. Okay, should be good. So thanks to Thierry's presentation, I hope we have convinced you of the value of the 3D Experience platform compared to using our historical CATIA V5. And now you are wondering, how can I get it? How can I get access to it? And in fact, it's pretty easy. So let me present you very shortly our offer. First of all, I think the most important is that do not forget that when you get access to the platform, you are not only purchasing softwares, but you are purchasing getting access to the whole experience with those learning content that Thierry just presented to you, and with this access to communities. So the platform is a cloud platform. Often we hear the feedback from people saying, oh, it is always complex. You have a lot of rows, you have a lot of content. We never know what is affordable for us and accessible for us. So we have bundled it for academics in very easy packages. Typically, if you are CATIA V5 user and you want to go to the 3D Experience platform, you only need 2 roles. The collaborative business and industry innovator role, which is basically the access to the platform and the pedagogical content, so just the access to the collaboration environment, and the engineering expert roles that already contains everything you were doing with CATIA V5 and already some additional roles to start to discover ModSim or other application and other disciplines available. So this is very easy. And it's scalable, meaning that you can start with a small package of 30 users, and then depending if you want to expand to more students, you will get access to bigger package, 100, 300, 900 users. The idea is really to stay in a flexible mode, meaning that you discover the platform based on your CATIA V5 history, and then if you want to go further and discover new advanced roles such as simulation engineering, production engineering, you can simply purchase additional packages that will directly connect with your platform. So it's just then additional content that is available. One third element that we often hear of and that is a fear that shouldn't exist is the cost. In fact, yes, it is cloud. It is a cloud platform. There is a data cost and data center cost for us to handle, but it is not more expensive than what you would pay right now for academics for CATIA V5. We are completely in the same range price. So it's not a massive investment that you need to know. We really stay in the continuity of what you would invest in CATIA V5, even sometimes cheaper, by the way. And of course, even better, I have to share one specific element with you. Until the end of H1, we have, so first half of the year, first semester, we have a promotion that gets you access to free certification up to 100 when you purchase some of the new authoring roles of the platform. So this is a very interesting discount because we know the value of certifications, and do not hesitate to ask us or the resellers that you are in contact with to hear more and to get access to this discount and to this promotion. Let's summarize now the values of the platform compared to CATIA V5 for the institutions first, professors and students. So obviously, to summarize, for institution, using the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is a way to ensure the best level of employability for your students because they are working on an industry level solution. This employability is boosted by the access to certifications, and this environment is secured and is perfect for multidisciplinarity and collaboration. By the way, it is not only collaboration between the student of your institution, but it can easily open doors to collaboration with other institutions that are also using the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, and even the industry actors that are using the platform that are often keen to work on joint projects with academic institutions. For professors, Thierry has shown you the capability and the possibility to use industrial assets to create your own lesson in the EDU space environment. So this is very, of course, a capability of flexibility with strong content. And the cloud environment is really in the continuity of what you've been doing with CATIA V5. You have access, in addition to this great community of professors that are sharing their project and connecting and answering questions sometimes. It's really, there is a great movement all together of professors working in this community. So it's a must-have, and you do not hesitate to join this community. And finally, for students, of course, in addition to the fact of being trained on those industry-level solutions, there is a capability for them to work at home or anywhere they want and not to have to go to the computer room to use the CATIA V5 software that was installed on only one computer. And they're working on a collaborative and secure environment, and we know how important now data security is for students. And finally, again, let's repeat the values of certification for employability. And by the way, talking about students, I would like to conclude this presentation and to open with the fact that students are the more proactive actors when it comes to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. They are proactively asking us access to it when they work together on collaboration projects in their student teams. You have here 5 recent examples of customer testimonies we have created with the students' teams because they are so inspiring that we are really always happy to share them. And it's always great to have this feedback of students telling us, we really need a platform to collaborate together. Please provide us with access to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So they are always the best proof of the value of this platform for education. Thank you very much for sharing and participating to this presentation with us. I hope we answered and we showed you really the value of the platform for you. So now we will have a time of Q&A, but anyways, if you want to hear more about our offers, if you want to book a demo even on the use of the platform, do not hesitate to write down our email addresses that are appearing on this slide, and to contact us afterwards so that we can follow up, get in touch, and show you really in live how to get access to the platform and how to use it in your courses. Thank you again for joining. I hope we have been clear enough and you have understood the value of doing this transition that I think that we really believe is the future, of course, for our softwares, but also for the students and the industry. You see again our contact here in the screen if you want to follow up afterwards with a dedicated demonstration or simply discussion about how to access this the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. I wish you a very nice day and yes, finally, thank you.
Thank you.